Every month's a good month for mobile devices as we get tons and tons of new applications and video games. Recently we've been getting a crazy amount of them compared to any other month of the year. See, October was jam-packed with them, and so has been so far November. In any case, today I'm going to be showing you some of the biggest free-to-play releases of the month for your Android and iOS devices as well. Let's go. At number one, and I've actually mentioned this one only a few days ago, sitting on the Play Store, we've got over here with 1,000 downloads only, which I don't really get it for the huge effort the developers have put out there, but in any case, something here called Gangster Paradise, which is, as you could probably tell, a gangster-themed strategy hustle sim and street fighting game from roughly a week ago, and really one of the better gangster-based games of this whole year. It's free all the way, literally fine-tuned to perfection as of this moment, and it is taking you down for 1 GB of space. Coming up behind that, we have TRAHA Global, or see, just a worldwide version of the original Korean TRAHA, an RVR, well, in case you're new to that term, realm versus realm MMORPG in which, as an MMO is just supposed to be, you can play multiple roles, create different builds, and go about your business in a vast open world with an insane amount of dungeons and planes to just explore. There's one problem: the game will take you down for 4 GB of space, and it is kind of, quite rough around the edges as well.
Leave no enemy standing! I got it!
At number 3, we've got maybe the definition of a perfect mobile game from roughly a week ago, going by the name, and I've actually mentioned this one before, Goddess of Victory. Well, what's described by developers and folks alike as an immersive science fiction RPG shooter, and sitting on the Play Store with a 4.8 out of 5 review score, something you probably do see once every month if you're lucky. Game's free, fine-tuned to a very good state. It is at the moment the number 1 free-to-play RPG on the platform, and it is very rewarding in nature.
Danger! Please! Requesting backup! Need my help?
Violence is always the answer. I'll put a bullet in every last stinking one of you. Blizzard! This battle shall be...
Guys, Warner Bros. Games and NetherRealm Studios, in case you missed it, finally came out with Mortal Kombat Onslaught, the one and only fighting but actually mobile RPG or just gacha style adventure they've been cooking up for the past whole year. The game, you see, actually continues to some extent on the stories of Mortal Kombat 11 with some additional cutscenes and content. It's very much like Raid Shadow Legends except in NetherRealm's universe. And last but not least, it's all the way free.
Embrace darkness.
At number 5, from precisely a week ago, we've got over here UTOYIA, not Utopia. This is an action top-down platformer, to some extent run-and-gun shooter, albeit in 3D as you can see, and quite a bit inspired by the old Splatoon games in case you aren't familiar with, that are Nintendo Switch exclusive. Albeit this is about some different story where people are sent to this planet, many people though, to gather toys and the parts. Check it out, game's very fun. In nature, it's very smooth as well, playable with a controller, and it is taking you down for 150 megabytes of space. It's huge. Alright guys, now coming up behind that we have Payday Crime from a little more than a week ago, sitting on the Play Store with only 1,000 downloads, which is kind of mind-blowing as just how underrated it is for a Payday console to mobile port, and one that actually supports co-op play. This is not an honorable mention, it's a very huge single player and co-op multiplayer, or well, better if played multiplayer. It is very rewarding and takes you down for only 100 megabytes of space. At number 7, we have over here an anime-style SRPG, or technically real-time tower defense strategy RPG, going by the name Path to Nowhere. Quite literally the finest game in today's list, let alone if you're into tower defense games, the game is a miracle amongst the rest. It's free to play, very rewarding and big in content, and quite smooth as well. Like, it's a little bit even the same vein as Arknights, but in a very different setting and story. Check it out in case you missed it. At number 8, we've got Last Outlander. I've actually been hesitating to include this one in today's list for the low ratings, but what you need to know about this game is that it is just a typical survival and an open world game. In fact, it is very big in content and plays all the way free. There's two problems: it's a little bit just too challenging, or better said, frustrating, like some elements really need refinements for a more rewarding gameplay, and second of all, the game will take you down for 1 GB of space. Other than that, it's really good. At number 9, we've got Battle of Reverence. Well, technically a battle royale game, but one that, well, as stated by developers, a game where multiple players can use strategies to fight and be the last man standing. See, this is a semi-open world game to some extent, and pretty much inspired by the all-time famous rope games, albeit it is deeply mixed with Fortnite and Grand Theft Auto game elements. Check it out, the game is actually pretty low in rating but pretty good in replay. It is around 1 GB of space and it's been around for only a week now. At number 10, we've got over here finally Eggy Go, or sometimes referred to as Eggy Party, and now Global. See, this is an action-adventure, some platformer, much inspired by Fall games, but actually in a very unique and smart way. Why? Because it is actually developed by NetEase, which is probably one of the biggest game developers of 2022 so far. Check it out. This game's sitting at the moment on TapTap. The full version though releasing later this year on both platforms, and it is very smooth and fun to play in its current state as well. Sitting on the TapTap only right now, though it is available to download, the link actually provided in the website. We've got over here Settlement Survival, obviously a survival city builder with a focus on management and production, where you do come in to save the day by leading a people as they try to reclaim their land, get to sell crops, hunt animals, gather resources, and so and so. Game's pretty good too in its demo phase right now, although it is set to be released fully on the Play Store by the end of the year, so keep it in mind. At number 12, we have Modern Warfare Superfire, or as it is now retitled to Modern War Online Superfire. This is, as you can see, a first-person squad-based shooting game, of course heavily inspired by Call of Duty Mobile, and to be fair, one of the real decent ones due for the past few months. Well, Modern War over here is coming from a not too bad developer. In fact, they're actually quite good in cloning shooters and horror games, and so is this one with a decent pool of weapons and maps and also skills to upgrade. Check it out just in case you missed it. And last but not least, well, probably one of the best, if not the best, and most important top-down dungeon crawling RPG I've been having hands on for the month. Now, in case you missed it over here, we've got something going by the name Dead Island Survival RPG. Something I do believe will have its title change in about a few days, mainly because it's actually titled Dead Island. This is a multiplayer co-op zombie survival craft, although the multiplayer section will do in about a month, I've heard, in which you not only get to outsmart zombies, which is easy, but you also get to hunt animals for food, gather resources, and eventually get fat enough to raid other players. Game is very nice in graphics, it's actually got a story, and it's taking you down for 700 megabytes of space, but it is legitimately huge.